May I now invite our guest of honor, Dr. Fermin Diez, Deputy CEO of the NCSS, to deliver his speech. Dr. Diez, please.
Good morning. Mr. Eric Lee, Chairman, DAS, Mr. Lee Xiang, Chief Executive Officer of DAS, Dr. Jun Siu, Head of DAS Academy, valedictorians, graduates, good morning all. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to celebrate in person the achievements of the graduates of the Special Diploma in Learning Support in Specific Learning Differences, the Specialist Diploma in Educational Therapy, and the Master of Arts in Special Education Needs. These courses build on DAS's heritage of authentic student assessment and intervention practices and are grounded in the special education needs frameworks and are instrumental in building the capability of professionals skilled in special needs intervention. DAS Academy has been a key provider of dyslexia and other specific learning differences training in the disability sector. Originally, the training arm of the DAS Academy was set up in 2010 to meet the training needs of DAS educational therapists. The therapists had to undergo the Specialist Diploma in Educational Therapy and the Postgraduate Certificate in Special Education Needs, Additional Learning Needs, as part of their initial and in-service training. Today, DAS Academy courses have been extended to educators and the public in Singapore and the region as part of DAS's effort to help build a pool of expertise in dyslexia and specific learning differences. DAS Academy courses are well attended by staff of other social service agencies as well. One such participant is Ms. Lydia Tan, a teacher supervisor at Fei Yue Early Intervention Program for Infants and Children. The 2 DAS Academy certificates that she has recently completed have broadened and deepened her understanding of literacy development in young children and the difficulties they may face. Her newfound skills of early identification and lesson planning have enhanced her role as a supervisor to beginning teachers. Funding for the development of sector professionals is supported by the VCF Professional Capability Grant. Since April 2010, DAS Academy has had 36 courses supported by this VCF Professional Capability Grant. The funding has made its courses more accessible to staff from other SSAs, encouraging their upskilling. Currently, all 14 of the certificates listed on the DAS Academy's website are supported by the PCG with a pre-approved status. DAS, in fact, has been a member of NCSS since 2016. In these 6 years, DAS has contributed and participated actively in NCSS's programs, namely the NCSS Research Repository and, recently, as you heard Dr. Jun mention, the Training Network Model 2.0. The NCSS Research Repository is a first-of-its-kind online database of research on topics in the social service sector. It houses rigorous research published by NCSS's members and public service agencies, creating a consolidated pool of local literature for the sector. And in fact, this is very much needed because we didn't have any data before we started. And a lot of times we are trying to do things without really knowing what the data says. So the fact that we're getting DAS with PhDs now, and I know there's another one coming, it's great news to us. DAS is one of the key contributors to this repository and has to date deposited a total of 40 research articles in the areas of dyslexia and other specific learning differences in the Asian context. DAS Academy lecturer, in fact, Priscilla Shen, is a pioneer in research examining dyslexia in the Chinese language in Singapore. 3 of her articles have been featured in the NCSS Research Repository. She has committed herself to understand how dyslexia presents itself differently in the Chinese language, which of course has a very distinct orthography and sound mapping system from the English language. I know, I'm trying to learn Mandarin, it's really different. With support from the DAS, she has continued this pursuit of knowledge in her doctoral research at the University College London and the Nanyang Technological University, NTU. The Training Network Model 2.0 It's a 5-year strategic project that we started at SSI and aims to transform the 7 SSAs that are now part of it to become actual centers of excellence here in Singapore. This initiative seeks to enhance the capability and capacity of all of the social service agencies so that they, as domain experts, can offer training and consultancy services to the sector, contributing to a sustainable and vibrant social service learning ecosystem. Diez Academy was selected as a partner in this project, and the support and funding rendered by NCSS will help partner agencies like the Diez Academy realize the vision of being a world-class academic institution. TNM 2.0 creates a sandbox environment for these SSAs to engage in courseware research and development, which are areas of work that could otherwise have a lower priority weighted against more pressing day-to-day needs of actual providing training. I am encouraged to know that DAS Academy will use this opportunity to align existing training programs to the skills framework such that they can become industry-relevant programs responsive to employers' and individuals' needs. DAS Academy's ambitions are clearly mapped out as it aspires to become a center of excellence by 2024 and an approved training organization by 2025, and we're happy to support that. A lot of what the DAS Academy is doing ties in closely with a key initiative that NCSS has also been driving since 2017, when the Social Service Sector Strategic Thrust, or 4ST for short, was launched. The 4ST started off as a 5-year strategic roadmap for the sector with the vision of every person empowered to live with dignity in a caring and inclusive society. Since the launch of the 4ST roadmap in 2017, the COVID-19 pandemic and other larger shifts globally and within Singapore, such as changing social issues and evolving sector workforce, etc., have accelerated digital transformation. New forms of giving and a rise in volunteerism have presented challenges and opportunities for our social service sector. This has prompted NCSS to convene stakeholders in 2021 to think about how the sector could respond to these emerging trends and prepare for the future through a refreshed 4ST roadmap. The refreshed 4ST runs from 2022 until 2026 and lays out 4 key strategic thrusts to pursue our shared vision. Thrust 1 is empowered and included individuals, families, and communities. Thrust 2 is effective and impactful social service entities. Thrust 3 is a caring and collaborative, impactful social service ecosystem. And Thrust 4 is a future-directed social services sector. And this one is where I'm most excited about, because we need to move forward with the times. I'm often being quoted as saying that the social service sector needs to move into the 21st century. It's already 22 years too late. And so I'm very excited that we are making that happen. Stakeholders involved in the refreshed 4ST identified 4 key shifts and focal areas. And these are that 1, that the sector should seek to be effective and impactful to ensure that we are well positioned for this future that we are envisioning. Number 2 is that with evolving needs and complexity of social service issues, there is a greater need for resource diversity and sustainability, supported by more innovative approaches to philanthropy. Number 3 is person-centeredness remains critical and should continue to be top of mind, guiding everything that we do in terms of sector systems approaches to meet these needs more holistically. And number 4 is a collaboration as a catalyst to maximize impact, optimize resources, and tackle these present and future challenges. I actually see many similarities in the efforts undertaken by DAS Academy as mapped out in our 4ST, and I am sure that these will fulfill collectively the future ambitions of the Academy. In advocating for social service needs and strengthening strategic partnerships for an effective social service ecosystem, the DAS Academy initiates and organizes events bringing together stakeholders from the disability sector. The DAS Academy, for instance, spearheaded the UNITE, which stands for Uniting Ideas in Teaching Excellence, a specific learning differences conference in 2015. I'm heartened to learn that this annual conference is now into its 8th year and has been a pivotal platform for pushing the frontiers of special education needs research. The conference has brought together practitioners, educators, researchers, and caregivers of individuals with special education needs. This conference has created a platform where the community of stakeholders can gather to converse, learn, and grow. The conference also showcases local and international special education needs research that covers aspects of behavior, identification, early intervention, technology, multilingualism, and assessment. Another noteworthy event that Diez Academy runs is the Learning Festival, inaugurated this year in March 2022. This annual virtual event is targeted at caregivers and practitioners to provide a circle of support for them to connect with one another and to learn practical skills that can enhance their support of children with special education needs. Diez Academy invests heavily in the professional development of its staff and prides itself on a team of well-qualified lecturer practitioners who help bring theory to life in the classrooms. With the expertise of the team, Diez Academy develops and contextualizes special education needs practices that are highly relevant to our Asian educational context. DAS is also on the forefront of special education needs research in Singapore, providing research advice and consultancy to DAS and other service agencies. I have every confidence that DAS Academy will continue to go from strength to strength, will continue to provide high-quality training, while at the same time nurturing a vibrant support network for individuals with dyslexia and other specific learning differences, enabling them to achieve their potential in a caring and inclusive society. I want to congratulate all you graduates, and I wish you well in taking that first bold step in applying your learning towards that vision. Thank you.